up, my peeps? How's it going? Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this. So, Gina Walters challenged me, or called me out to do 10 random facts about myself. And I was having a bit of a hard time thinking of 10 random things that I could say, because I feel like you guys know a lot about me. I could be wrong. I figured I would just turn this into a Q&A, an opportunity to do a Q&A. So I did a little, asked people to ask me some questions on Twitter and Instagram. So, I'm just gonna hop right into it. So Genki asks, most sentimental piece of clothing. Most sentimental piece of clothing. That's a tough one, because I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like a minimalist when it comes to clothing, but I definitely do not have a lot of clothes, and I definitely get rid of clothes frequently. Like if I don't wear something for a while, I'll kind of like go through all my clothes and just send it off to Goodwill or donate it. But yeah, I mean, I guess the most sentimental piece of clothing would probably be the fake leather jacket that I have, because it's a jacket that Jen had gotten for me for my birthday almost 2 years ago. When did you get that jacket for me? Last year? Yeah. Oh, she got it for me last year. Never mind. My birthday last year. So she got it for me my birthday last year, and it had been a jacket that I wanted for so long, and the company that made it, I thought that they didn't make it anymore, but apparently they did. She found it somehow. So that would probably be, I guess, the most sentimental piece of clothing. This might be a long video. Alright. Brian asks, what would be scarier for you? Skydiving, bungee jumping, or going a month without pizza? I don't think going a month without pizza would be very scary, but it would suck. I honestly don't think I could do it, if I'm being 100% honest. That's not just like I'm addicted to it. Skydiving or bungee jumping? For some reason, bungee jumping seems scarier to me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking of the one where you like jump out of the tall tower and you go face first, where you have to dive, because if you don't go face first, then you're gonna whip your body around. I don't know. That seems scarier for some reason. Hey Joe, boxers or briefs? LOL. How about favorite film director? Boxer briefs, and then. Favorite film director is definitely Edgar Wright, for sure, 100%. Lincoln asks, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? That's a tough one. I really want to go to Iceland, but I would probably say Ireland, just because majority of my heritage is from Ireland, so it'd just be really cool to go visit. Josh asks, lava legs or lightning arms? I don't know what either of those are. Am I out of the loop here? What are lava legs? Or lightning arms?
No idea.
No.
Lightning arms are better.
Jen says we're going lightning arms. How many piercings do I have? Just the one nose ring. George asks, if there was a salmon shortage, what would you eat instead? So I like to cook, and I feel like the only time that I actually ever cook on the YouTube channel is when I'm cooking salmon, so maybe that's why he's asking this. But I definitely eat pizza way more than salmon. I don't know, it's pretty equal actually now that I think about it. So I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat meat, but we eat a lot of tofu stir fry. That's another thing we eat a lot of. I know, I make a bunch of different things. Chris Wickless, my dude Chris, asks, DC or Marvel? I'm gonna go with Marvel. And then, do I like spicy food? Oh yeah, love it. Love spicy food. Alright, we're gonna hop over to Instagram now. Studio Geek 32 asks, why do you sing? It's a good question. I guess, so I've just been playing music ever since I realistically can remember. I remember like very early on when I was younger, I wanted an electric guitar for Christmas. I'm gonna make a long story short here. I've been playing music for as long as I can remember, and at one point I just kind of gravitated towards the vocals and singing. I initially started out on drums and then played some like piano and keyboard and bass along the way. And I think it's just because I was like, whenever I listened to bands or listened to music, I was always focused on the lyrics and the melody, and that was just like an attractive part of music for me. I just really looked up to vocalists like Chris Cornell and like Zach De La Rocha and Chester Bennington and Kurt Cobain, Lane Staley, all those dudes. Vince Blaze asks, how much do you charge for music videos? Honestly, this is probably a question that I should do an entire video on, because there's so much that goes into budgets for music videos. Right now we're in this weird transitional phase because there's things going on behind the scenes where the prices are fluctuating right now. They're going up. And a music video budget for this artist might not necessarily be the same for this artist, because it depends on what kind of budget they have and then what they're trying to achieve concept wise. To make this short and sweet, it depends on my duties. Am I directing? Am I shooting? It kind of depends. Am I editing as well? Those are things that I have to take into consideration when budgeting for a music video. How many crew members do we need? Do we need a PA? Do we need a grip? Do we need an art department? Do we need makeup? Do we need talent? How much is the location going to cost to rent? Do we need to rent camera gear? So there's a lot that kind of gets factored into these things. I think I'm gonna have to just make a whole video on this. My dude Connor Jones, what's up, Connor? He asks, what's your grading software? I currently just grade right inside of Premiere using Lumetri Color. I used to use Magic Bullet Looks. I would like to get Colorista. I really would. I think that'd be a good tool to use for me. Carlton with a K asks, what kind of music did you play in your band? I started playing in bands in high school, and that's kind of when I was playing in like alt rock, like alternative rock, indie rock bands. And then post high school was like more metalcore. And then that kind of brings us to like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. Yeah, I joined a band called Dope Ghost that it was kind of like a metalcore-ish band in the beginning, but it slowly turned into like a hard rock band. They're still active. They're still going. They're actually in the process of working on an album right now. I left last year to, continue to pursue video. How do you make a majority of your income? Freelance work. I do weddings, commercials, music videos, as we just talked about. I would say music videos are the majority of how I make my income, though. What's your dream car? Realistic/unrealistic answers apply. The dream car would probably be like a brand new Land Rover. Either that or a brand new Toyota 4Runner. I used to have one of those and I loved it, and I would love to get like a newer one. When in your life did you decide to become a full-time videographer? So I started actually getting paid probably about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I did some stuff before then. I started making videos even before that, but that's when I started getting actually paid. This is actually the second time that I've gone full-time with freelance. The first time I had the ability to go on tour with a couple bands, and I did that, and then I came home and started really ramping up the music video stuff. And then for some reason I decided to get a job somewhere else, which is funny because that's where I met Jen. But I got a job at this company, and I was still kind of doing some freelance while I was working there, but I realized how much I missed it, so then I left, and last year is when I went full-time again. I actually went to college. I didn't finish college, but I actually went to college for like electronic media and video and graphic design and all that stuff. It was definitely early on. Because I've just spent so much of my life focusing on video and music and all that stuff. To make a long story short, I would probably say high school is when I decided that I was like, okay, I want to do this with my life. Alright, here we go. Last question. Let's do this. Donna Did It asks, pineapple on pizza. I actually made a video on this. Pineapple, I think pineapple belongs on pizza. However, I'm gonna say this, and if you watch that video, I'll link it down below, you'll understand. I think if you're gonna do pineapple on pizza, you gotta do jalapenos as well, because they just contrast and complement each other so well. So good. Banging. So that's it. That's all the questions. That's all the questions. We're done. Did it. Alright. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Smash that keyboard. Subscribe if you aren't already. Ring that bell. And stay hungry. Peace. Did I scare you? No? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Well, see you guys later.